Hey everybody, welcome back to Age of Empires Online. I'm Psychosaurus, and today I have something special for you. I got a request to show my Greek gear, so I hope you're looking forward to it. But before I start, I have good news. The new legendary quest are
I
finally
have a
here,
proposition.
the treasures of the Nile. So yeah,
You'll be
go
back.
speak with your dear friend Marcus Pollux right here, and then head to Rakotis and try out some legendary quests. Okay, so let's get to the gear. So before I start talking, I'm gonna exclude buildings because that's more of a common things for me for between all the civs. So if you want, I can make a separate video where I talk about my buildings gear, and I'm just gonna go through my units pretty much. You can see I still have some rare items, but yeah, I think I can talk about it right now. So, let's start with the most important unit of all, villager here, right up here. So, I have the Hammer of Kavek, which is for gathering resources 18.1% and building construction speed 29%. Then I have Tunic of the Collector, which gives me some health, bonus damage protection, but especially gathering food, additional 8.7%. And then I have Protos tool of selection. I wanna change it for a better one for even better training time reduction. So I could go why I like this hammer most of all of the legendary tools. But let's just say I want to get as many resources. I'm not too worried about the building construction speed. I just want to keep up my unit production. You could you can pretty much see it, and I pretty much rarely run out of resources with this. And since I like using my infantry as a meat shield, I definitely need a lot of food. So the more food, the better. You could see it pretty much well in my most of videos where I use Hoplites as my meat shield, sometimes some other infantry. But to just keep them coming, I just need a lot of food. For the gold, I just need the caravans. So yeah, this is my solution. Building construction speed so they spend less time building. I, I think that's self, it explains itself pretty much. And the training time, I want to get the villagers out as soon as possible. That's pretty much about it. I could also go for cheaper villagers. I think that depends on the preference. Next one, Spearmen. Until I think few weeks back, I was using the Heavy Spear of Siavash right here, which is huge cavalry bonus damage with some small damage and crit chance. But then I thought it's interesting, but I don't think it's that good. So I decided uh, to, to switch for the Heavy Spear of Sacrifice, which is damage, pretty good damage actually, 64% I have right here. Some cavalry armor and some cavalry bonus damage. Then I have the breastplate of Alexander for health and damage. And then I use glove or the gauntlets for increased health and damage but for higher cost. I must say I like the speed of Siavash for the damage to cavalry, but I think with this it's good damage against cavalry, but how often do you fight only cavalry? So I think this is better because this helps me with the other units as well. But it also helps me with cavalry as well, since I'm also getting some of the bonus damage, as well as I'm getting the cavalry armor, so they are better at surviving cavalry units. So they should take more hits from the cavalry. The breastplate of Alexander. I was thinking about the other breastplate that gives health and cavalry armor. That can be also a choice. But I haven't got one, and I think I like the breastplate of Alexander. Just, I don't think Spearmen are the unit that would have too much health, but rather have higher damage. So, and even the champion upgrade supports that. So I think health and damage is probably better. And with the gloves, this is kinda bad because they already cost quite a lot of resources. Especially the Greek ones cost 45 food and 50 gold. So for 20% of 45 food, that's just a lot. But yeah, I wanna give them more health, more damage. Later I still replace them with Hoplites, so why not replace? Why not give them this for the early game, make them tough? I think it's worth for the early defense, but if I go mainly Spearman, then I have to think about the food production. And again, the villager items help with that really nicely. I just will need slightly more villagers on food. Okay, next one, Hoplites. I was using the Light Spear of the King until the summer event, and now I'm using the summer event's Light Spear, which gives health, damage, and movement speed. Now compared to the Light Spear of the King, it gives slightly less damage, which is like 7%. Yeah, 7%. And I swapped the cavalry armor and infantry armor for health, which is actually even higher than what the Light Spear of the King offers. And I think that helps a lot more with their defensive attribute, as well as the movement speed helps me to keep my front line alive, so they keep coming faster and I don't have to wait for so long for them. For shield, I'm using the Golden Shield of the Lion, which gives health, cavalry armor, and critical chance. Until the summer event, I was thinking, should I actually change the shield? And I was using the Ajax shield, but then I moved it and replaced their shield with this one. And I think this is a lot better. I think Hoplites already have pretty nice pierce armor, but they don't get any other armor. And I want them to survive the cavalry a lot more. And this is like my main tank unit, so I think the cavalry armor helps. For armor, I'm using the Delian Archon's Cuirass, which is the highest health you can probably find in this game. I think it can be replaced with the cavalry armor as well, or maybe even the infantry one, but I think I like the health a lot more, actually. It's just the price. And for the gear, I'm using the medals. I got just the Zealots medals on them. And pretty much, I'm using Hoplites as a tank unit, so survive for as long as possible. And if they're priests, I don't want to lose them so fast, because losing Hoplites to priest, they can take a lot of hits, but all of a sudden priest and just converts them in 2 seconds. Yeah, that would not be nice. So that's the matters. Like I said, I want Hoplites to be as tanky. I want them to stay alive for as long as possible. That's why all of this health and armor thing, as well as the conversion resistance. I don't think gloves are that good. They can be used, but then again, they become vulnerable to priests, and they are even more expensive, so you don't want that. I mean, 40 food, 40 gold already is pretty high price. Okay, next one, Hyperspace. So I'm using a Perseus's Lightning Struck Machaira, which is a sword you can purchase in Epic Store, which you can build in your capital. I think I got it right here. Right here. Then I got the Ajax shield. I was using shield from the armor store before, but then I swapped it because I think I already got a lot of infantry armor. Then I got the breastplate of Gilgamesh for the high health and infantry armor. It's 8% ain't that big difference. Yeah, I'll see. And then I got the gloves again. So pretty much, the main thing about Hyperspists, Hoplites are good against everything, but Hyperspists are my main anti-infantry. They can do some nice infantry damage, so it helps it even better with the bonus damage. But also, I want them to survive sometime. I was using the infantry armor on my shield, but then I was like, man, they have a lot of the infantry armor, but everything else, I think I need the pierce armor. And that's why I swapped, gave them the Ajax heavy war shield for the pierce armor. I think that helps them a lot more than just the infantry armor. Since usually you are not fighting just infantry, but also some bowmen, and all of a sudden it hurts, so give them some pierce armor, help them survive. I think that is better choice. Breastplate of Gilgamesh, it just helps with infantry. It just helps with infantry. This is my main infantry unit that I use against other infantry to tank. And the gloves, I think their cost is a lot better than the Spearmen's one, since it's only 30 food and 20 gold. So I think the gloves are not that bad, and making them again tougher and stronger, I think it's worth. For these guys, it's definitely worth. On the Spearmen, be careful with it. Okay, next one, Toxo test is gonna be fast one. So no, just okay. This is a bow. You can Medusa's Bow of Slaughter, which you can again purchase in Epic Store with weapons. Then I got Arrows of Amenhotep with bonus against infantry. I got the Emperor's Finest Robe. I think this is also purchasable in the armor store, the epic one, and again additional medals. I don't really care about the Toxo test. I think I want them to be strong and just okay until I reach the golden age for the Gastrafites. I'm not using them that much. I think they just cost too much wood. 40 wood is just a lot, and you need a lot of wood. But hey, that's my opinion. I think I should start using them slightly more often. I think they are still a good unit to use. Yeah, there's nothing else I have to say about it. Okay, let's move on. Hippicon. So I'm using the Scatax Immortal Reaper for damage and 14% crit chance. Then I have Ares's War Shield. Again, health damage crit chance. The High King's Horse Armor, health crush armor crit chance. And Heimdall's Training Sword for lower training time. The idea behind this is I want them to have as high crit chance as possible, while also trying to use the Golden Age Advisor for 5% additional crit chance, and just make them do as much damage as possible. Which is okay in repeatable quests and basic quests line, but I don't think it's worth in the legendary quests. Maybe even the elite quests, I'm not sure right now. I think they are okay in elite, but the legendary quests, they become a lot worse. You could see, and I think I should just swap it for better survivability. I think I would keep these two, but swap the sword for something better. The training time, I think I should keep this one on them, since they already have pretty high training time, and even after the Academy upgrade for lower training time, I think this one is still necessary. The Greek cavalry just takes long to train, and yeah, I would probably swap it for better survivability. Otherwise, this is just high damage, hoping for the crits. I think it still works, but I don't like it in the legendary quest. Okay, Peltasts. Okay, pretty much I got Prometheus, Guided Javelin, again, epic store, Aerosis War Shield, Sandskin Kiton, which is health and crush armor, and Argonaut Helm for the line of sight. So pretty much try to do as much damage with these two, especially against the ranged units, while also trying to survive. And since they have quite low range, I think the main problem for them should be the siege, especially once you have all of these. So the siege, I would not say the siege of a kind like war wagon of the Persians or the Babylonian siege tower, since that doesn't actually have pierce armor. I think of Ballistas, catapults, and such, where they use the crush armor. So giving them the crush armor so they can survive a lot better is in my opinion the way to go, but I guess it could be anything else as well. I just like this one. And the line of sight, I think that can be replaced, but at least I can see part. I'm using mainly the watch posts for the line of sight, so I don't think it's necessary on them. I think it could be replaced with the gloves as well. But I'm okay with this. Okay, let's move on. Prodromos. So I'm using the Athena's long speed, which you can get after finishing the basic quest line in the Athens. So once you finish, I think the last one is the Mileto. Once you finish it, you get this spear. For damage, cavalry armor 20% actually, it's not bad, and good chance. Next one, Chimera's leather hide, and I got the gloves. To be honest, I like Prodromos a lot. I just don't train them that much. I think Greek cavalry has one problem. I would not say the Hippicons, but the Prodromos are pretty damn squishy. They just die very easily against everything that is not a cavalry. So that's why I want to do Chimera's leather hide, but I think that's a thing I should change at some point. Maybe for the High King's armor as well. I like Prodromos, but they just have low health with me. I don't really like cavalry anyway. I think I'm trying to maximize the efficiency with the cavalry armor here. I think it can be replaced with the same speed that the Spearmen are using. But I feel bad because I like the speed. I like the speed actually. That's own spear. I think I would rather keep this one right now. Yeah, I don't really like cavalry anyway, so let's move on. So, Ballista. Okay, I got the Arm of Atlas, which I believe is again purchasable here. Let me see. Come on. Yeah, there it is in the Epic Store as well, which is damage, bonus damage against buildings. I mean 28.4%. That's actually pretty high. And critical hit chance 7%. I mean that's a good crit chance, and I think this is, if not the only one, the throwing arm that actually gives you the crit chance. Otherwise it's usually just damage against buildings, or damage range. I don't think any other gives you actually the crit chance. The armor, I'm using the Consul Mentor's plating. I think that's the armor you can purchase in the Parapra Oasis store. And I'm trying to go for the damage here and the movement speed as well. And then I have the Divine Heavy Cedar Beams. Again, for damage, health, but for the higher price, which is kind of bad since they already cost a lot of resources. Pretty much I'm just trying to maximize their damage as much as possible. I was thinking about the buildings mainly, but then I realized I should use these against ranged units, especially. I think I'm getting quite a lot of damage. That's my target. Do a lot of damage with the ballistas. Some movement speed helps with the upgrades, so keep up with the army. I mean, since I'm using gust impetus quite often, the speed is gonna go up and catch up with the gust impetus. Really nice. I like ballistas. I like ballistas. Sometimes even more than Palintons, but yeah, sometimes the longer range is a lot better. Okay, moving on. Battering ram. I'm not using those quite often. Maybe I should start using these more often. Okay, so I have the Delian Perceptor's ram head. The name suggests that it was purchased in the Delian store in Delos, obviously. So this is damage, building bonus damage, and fuse armor. I think I should not go for pure damage only on the ram heads. I should just go damage and add the building bonus damage no matter what. I'm not completely sold on the PS armor. It helps since Siege already has really high PS armor, so adding even more can be really good. Moving on to Blessed Lionhide covers. I think, yeah, these are again in the armor epic store. Health PS armor again. The splash damage armor. The splash damage, beware. I don't know how splash damage armor actually works, but I think it's when your units are being hit by like berserkers, champions, or ballistas, then the units around are actually taking lower damage with this splash damage armor. But I'm not sure how it works. And movement speed. I think that's the best way to go for the rams. I think they can be also tougher with this, just to increase their survivability. I like them fast, just get to the building and destroy it. But I'm thinking you can go for this and use the rams as some ranged damage soaker, something like that. Okay, so that was ram. Now we got a lot of buildings, lots of buildings. You can take a look if you want, pause the video. And I'm gonna move here to the caravans. Well, that's also kind of common thing, but yeah, I got nectar filled water barrel for movement speed and trade. I got the Emperor's finest robe. I think I want to replace it for the legendary one that gives high movement speed. I think that's the best one. Just give the caravans movement speed and Hood of Wayland again for the movement speed. Make the caravans move faster so they can deliver the gold faster. Increase my gold generation. And then the trades, just maximize the gold generation. That's about it. Next we got fishing bows, so that's Knights of the Argo, some arrows, who cares. Artificers, iron plating for movement speed, and also Hatsip suit for even more movement speed. Pretty much gather as much food as fast as possible, and then deliver it as fast as possible. So the idea is pretty much spend least amount of time traveling between the fishing spot and the docks, and that's about it. If you want, you can still use them as a repair unit for your navy. That's an option as well. I mainly use them for gathering food, and even that is kinda limited for me, since I don't like water maps that much. Okay, move on. Merchant transport. I'm using Styx infused impenetrable armor for the merchant gear, which is again purchasable in one of the epic stores. Then we some arrows, who cares? Then we got, yeah, I still got the better armor. I want to replace it with the movement speed. And then we got the movement speed Poseidon's blessed sails. Again, try to increase the movement speed, and I'm using them mainly as the transport, so giving them the health should help them to survive, especially like some enemy ships, some towers. So giving them high chance they actually reach the shore and drop their units. That's pretty much it about it here. I don't really care about the trade. I think I don't like water maps anyways, so who cares? Okay, priest. I have the staff of the Ice King from the winter event. Then I got again the Emperor's Finest Robe and the Sixth Demon back. Pretty much just give them the help so they can survive, and if I have problems with siege, then pretty much this kinda helps. This convert siege rate 77.4%. That's really huge if you think about it. Siege, I think siege already has some conversion resistance naturally, since it usually takes quite a while to convert siege. And with this staff, I should not have that much problem with the siege anymore. This staff should help me deal with the siege, and since I don't like using cavalry, and until I reach Golden Age and I upgrade my Gastrophetus with the 5 arrows and get enough Gastrophetus, then I can have problems with the siege, so the priest can be one of my solutions towards that. And you know, I don't like cavalry, so cavalry could be the other solution. But pretty much the only cavalry you can use in siege is the programmers. That's about it. But converting the siege, that's something my enemy would hate. And pretty much this just is about keeping the priests alive, and that's it. Let's move on. The trireme. Pretty much I got just the Medusa's bow again. Then I got again some epic arrows for damage range with. Nothing to replace, yes, the armor plating. I'm thinking of the legendary one, trash armor. I might actually, nah, you know what? I might actually switch this one for the legendary craftable, and I'm not sure if it would be the range. I don't think range is necessary. I think it would be better for the damage, rather, just to maximize the damage. I don't want them to take damage anyway. I'd rather let the fire ships take the damage. And I got the Sicilian Ring for Tal again. Damage hell for the higher top. It's not good since bolts are usually pretty expensive. I would rather replace it with. But I would be happy if there would be just damage, but there's only health. I know that. So I would be happy to replace it, but I think for the maximum damage this is best for the triremes. So yeah, let's move on. Ballista triremes, I like these. Okay, again, armor hot class, trying to maximize my damage against buildings, and then pretty much it becomes maximum damage against everything else as well. Armoring of the Archimedes, I don't know why I have this. I think it's just so they don't die that easily. That's about it. I think it would be better to just give them the damage, like this one, the heavy destroyer weave. I think that would be better, and then again, trying to maximize their damage output with this one. But then again, they become really expensive with this, so careful with this. I would rather replace it with just the damage. Unfortunately, nope. So this is my only option. Okay, that's Fortress. Then we got a Pine Tunnel. So yeah, I'm using the Blessed Dionysus Throwing Arm for damage, 22%. That does not seem good. Line of sight and maximum range, 24% actually. Then I got the Heavy Destroyer Weave for just damage, and Aristotle's Axa Designs. So pretty much the idea behind this is maximize the Palinodon's range and do as much damage from afar. And this can be useful on certain quests, legendary quests, like the Timbra, the Battle of Timbra. Yes, in Arsos, you can use this one really nicely. I like the range, and if I combine it with my watch post for the line of sight, I don't want it to line of sight as well, but the range actually is greater than the line of sight at the end. Then I want to use the watch post to actually see that far. Then all of a sudden I can destroy a building which is like 2 screens away. That range is just huge. And don't forget, you also get the champion upgrade for even more range and line of sight. And I'm kind of thinking of replacing this one with the maximum range, so for even greater range. I'm gonna lose the damage, but if they are safe and they already do pretty huge damage naturally, I think I will be okay with that. Then I would probably replace this one with the damage one again, same as the Ballista. Okay, moving on. Scout. So pretty much I'm using the Theas Exalted Cyphos. The main thing is the line of sight, that's what I want to use. Then Leucon's Lucky Leather Armor, again the line of sight. I want to maximize the line of sight. Unfortunately I don't have the lance, I have the mounted Mooseball. I honestly think they should just make the other scout items as well as for the legendary version. I'm kinda sad that you can get scout items. I think the maximum level is like 20. I don't know if it's like 22, 27, somewhere between that. I think it is. And it's already pretty difficult to get scout items. So if you are really unlucky, you can get just good. I think they should make legendary version of these anyway. But then it might cause problems. At least give me level 40 version. I don't care if it's good, and just give me those items, please. I mean, sure, I like the land because that's the main thing about scouts. Then there's the health. Okay, there are more survival. I don't want that. I want this thing. I want their damage to go 151% up. I want the bandages so they can heal actually. I want the movement speed. I want the faster weapon. Yeah, I think they should add more. But pretty much this is just about the line of sight. And then I have the moose bullet. I like the moose bullet. It's definitely, the scouts can be used for dealing with the huntables, and I like to kill some huntables, especially the big ones around my starting position, so I can grab the meat from, I don't know, boars, elephants. The scout can just kill it with this. It helps. That's pretty much it about it. Okay, let's move on from the scout. Okay, Sarisophoroi, and we are getting to the end. Last 2 units. So Sarisophoroi again. Prometheus is guided javelin. Then I got Shield of Lycurgus. I don't know why. I got the Raz James Studded Leather Armor, which is just huge infantry armor, some cavalry armor, and some damage protection. Bonus damage protection. And then I have the Argonaut helm again. So this spear is pretty nice again against ranged units, doing some damage. I want to replace the shield and armor actually for the Ares War Shield or the legendary version, which comes first. And I actually want to replace this one for, again, the High King's armor would be probably the best for maximizing the damage. And yeah, pretty much I want them to do high damage. If you don't know, Sarisophoroi actually has pretty low attack rate, so that's why the damage per second is actually low, but then when they attack, the damage is actually pretty high. And when that crits, damn right, that's what I want to see. It's more of a hit and run unit for me. I think this could be replaced with additional range as well, but since their range is not huge. And for the Argonaut helm, I think Psychosaurus is pretty good replacement for your scout unit. So this one can be nice. And the reason for that is they actually have pretty good pierce armor, so they can survive the town centers, towers, whatever, start shooting at them. And if you are watching them, the spears will never reach them. So in my opinion, they are just really good replacement for scouts. You can use them as training unit, so pretty much they can survive the town centers easily, and you can kill some villagers with these. A couple of these, I don't know how many exactly, but it's an option. Okay, now finally one of the most favorite Greek units, the Gastapagos, and this is probably the most important unit in the Greek army. So I am using Zeus's lightning imbued belly bow for damage, crit chance and maximum range. Arrows of Actaeon for damage and maximum range. Divine High Vizier's ropes for damage, and Master Assassin's gauntlets for damage, health, but for the higher cost. And these items are pretty much made to make the Gastropedus really long range. So you're getting 20% here, you're getting 13% here. Don't forget you have an advisor for additional 12%, and then you have final archery range upgrade for additional 20%. And then all of a sudden your Gastroped is actually pretty damn far. And if you have watched some of my previous videos using Gastropedes, and you might have stopped the video, paused the video, and just took a look at my Gastropedes stats, and you can notice these units can all of a sudden reach 42 range, which is pretty huge actually. I believe Ballista's basic range is like probably 7, so it's longer than the Ballista's range, the basic range. And Palintonons, I think they are like 50 something. It's still far, but it's not that far, it seems, since Gastropedes I believe start at 23. I think they start at 23, I'm not sure right now. So yeah, pretty much long range. The Divine High Vizier's ropes, since they have low range, and I use mainly Hoplites for them to survive, then I can clearly just go for this and make them do as much damage as possible from that huge range. The gauntlets, again, trying to maximize the damage, and you could see they reach over 80 damage per second with all of this, and with the champion upgrade. But beware the cost, they can become quite gold intense actually. 50 gold is basic price, so all of a sudden it's more than 60 gold. So if you start losing those, that's gonna cost you. So careful with this, always keep them safe, especially from those raiders and such. And yeah, these Gastropedes can become deadly machines. Also, these Gastropedes are actually the reason I'm not getting infantry army on my Hoplites, because they have pretty good bonus damage against infantry. Their basic damage is 3 times against infantry. So when you fight with infantry, pretty much Gastropedes are just gonna kill them, slaughter them. They're gonna be non-existent. Ranged units, if you add some ballistas, ranged units should not be a problem. or if you want, you can focus them down with the Peltasts. Most of the range units don't have high pierce armor, so Peltasts are good choice. Siege, you get the fire arrows from the academy. All of a sudden, Peltasts are pretty solid against siege as well as against building, but then the Ballistas also add to it. And cavalry are pretty much the only problem. But that's where the Hoplites comes in. They also have the bonus damage against cavalry. And with the cavalry armor, they can survive cavalry a lot better. And that's pretty much it. But my guess stuff with this Hoplite combo. Okay, last unit finally. Fire ship. So I'm using the oil flask of Suit, which gives damage and bonus damage against ships. Then I have again the placed Lionhide colors. I think I'm gonna give them the Ballista Triarms armor rather than this. And then again I have the Howl of the Leviathan. This unit is actually the one where I would give it just a health. So the oil flask, I think they do a lot of damage. There's another one that gives less damage, but instead of ships bonus damage, it gives buildings bonus damage. I don't think that's a fire ships thing. I mean yeah, they have crash armor, but I don't think it's fire ship thing to destroy buildings. I think fire ships are more of a naval tank unit, especially after the champion upgrade where they get bonus damage resistance. I use them mainly as my frontline ships. They soak damage, but they are also doing quite a lot of damage. But if you add some triremes, you add some ballista triremes, those can do a lot of damage as well. And fire ships, I like them a lot. I think they should just survive for as long as possible so they can actually go through their ships, take a lot of hits, and survive them as long as possible. And that's pretty much it. I want to replace this one definitely with the health one. I'm not certain right now if it's purchasable or not. Or I know there's a craftable one. I think that's the one I want. Right? Yeah, I want them to tank pretty much, and that's about it. This one just helps me deal with their ships as well. I don't know what other oil flasks are there or fireballs. I'm not certain if there's any that gives health or anything like that. Maybe I should take a look, but I don't think there's. Okay, that's pretty much all for the gear. If you want to check your own gear, you can go to your hometown. You can find the gear horde, click on it, or simply click on this button, view gear, and that button is pretty much anywhere. Okay, hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget, the legendary quests are out, so go ahead, go check them out. I'm gonna check them out, see if I can beat any. If you enjoyed this, please press the like button. Leave a comment on what you think about my gear, what I could do differently. Should I do anything similar to this or something like this, where I could talk about some Age of Empires Online thing? I don't know, it could be anything pretty much. Just leave a comment, If you want me to do any other quests, just leave a comment, that's pretty much it, just ask nicely. Okay, don't forget to subscribe if you're not. Ring the bell to get notified. And that's pretty much it. Okay, this was Psychosaurus, and I'll see you next time. Bye!